I started filming and it was filmed this direction, and then halfway through I flipped it over and I just decided to restart so that my whole video wasn't upside down. Okay, business idea, and I wrote some stuff down. I'm away from my home at the moment, so I don't have my handy dandy whiteboard that I've been liking, but I wrote some stuff down on this sheet of paper. And maybe what I'll start doing is just writing down things on my sheet of paper instead of writing them down on the whiteboard, because I can just be done with this piece of paper, kind of similar to what I've been saying. I can wipe away my mind and I can just file these papers somewhere. I can file them away somewhere. I do that often anyways. Like, I just write down stuff on this paper and then I can never remember what that paper was about. So if I labeled my papers better and I filmed a video explaining to myself what was on this paper, I don't need to keep the paper. I mean, I probably will keep the paper, but that's beside the point. I don't need to keep the paper. I can just file the paper away somewhere. Okay, on to the real reason for this video. I am about to go run an errand up at, I was working at Garden Street today, and I'm gonna go up to Ontario to go pick up a couple of things, a couple of supplies. I'm doing this because I don't want to work on something that I mediumly understand while the boss is gone. I'm gonna go take a long lunch break and go hang out with my dad instead. That's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. That's my thought process behind it. Is it a good idea? I don't know, but that's what I'm deciding to do, and I'm just gonna stick with it, and that's my reasoning. That's exactly what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I said to my dad on the phone, and that's what I'm doing. So, I was thinking through the cabinet shop idea. I want to just be a sales rep for the cabinet shop. This is an idea that my dad has described in the past, that's one way in which I could accomplish doing something that I want to do, which is just selling cabinets. And I don't need to be a general contractor in order to sell cabinets. I just need to be a cabinet salesman. I just need to create a position for myself at this company, which is TCG Designs. I'm going to create a position for myself at the company as a cabinetry expert, a cabinetry salesman. I don't know that it matters. Maybe it does matter what the title, what my job title is, but that's beside the point. Right now, functionally, what my job is I'm just going to be a kitchen, cabinet, and granite salesman. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get the cabinets and sell the cabinets. I am going to be the face of it. There's no longer, like, I'm going to be the middleman. My goal is to be the middleman in this specific business idea. So, a customer problem that I've heard from multiple people, including Rob. Rob is a gentleman at my church that wants kitchens done quickly, and he hasn't brought it back up in a while, and I think I didn't present myself very well in my initial meeting with him. But in that initial meeting with him, I understand his problem. I went into that conversation thinking that his problem was, okay, he is disappointed in how expensive the cabinets are that other people are selling him, or how expensive it is to remodel his whole kitchen. That's what he was disappointed in, is how expensive it is to remodel a kitchen. It turns out that's not his problem. What his problem is it takes too long for the kitchen remodel to get accomplished. So the thing that I need to sell him is, hey, I can do your kitchen cabinet remodel faster. That is eventually what I want to be able to say. I want to just be able to look at somebody and say, hey, I've got all the pieces in place to do a kitchen remodel really, really quickly. I have the contractor who can do it really, really quickly and really, really well. I've got the contractor who can do it, or I have the cabinet guy who can do it really, really quickly and well enough for whatever the level of the project is. I can do it fast. That's what people want in this specific town. They don't care how much it costs. They just want it done fast. In the specific town that I live in, that's what people care more about, is I don't want it to take forever. That's what I've been noticing in my observation of, I don't know, just the jobs that I've been working on. People just want it done faster. Right now, I have the ability to build cabinets for people. I have sold 2 jobs worth of building cabinets for people where that was all that I did for them. I just did the cabinets. I just did the cabinets for Takai, and I just did the cabinets for Ty. That's all that I did for those specific people. I like that because I only have to do one part of the construction process. They're doing the rest. I just have to do one part of it. The problem is, if I try to market myself as, hey, I'm the cheapest cabinet guy, that locks me into just a crappy market. I don't want to be in that market. I don't want to be the cheapest cabinet guy. What I actually want to be is the fastest cabinet guy. And is everybody going to pay for fast cabinets? No, not everyone's going to pay for fast cabinets. But are some people going to pay for fast cabinets? Absolutely. And I want to be okay with getting rejected more often, but I want to, for anyone who would dare give me their money, provide a service that is worth the money that they give me. And to somebody, in fact, multiple people, today it just happened again. They are working on this particular cabinet job and they want to change something in this specific cabinet job. I want to be able to say, hey, if you want to change something, I can get it done for you within 2 days. And maybe that's too ambitious. Maybe it's 1 week. I'll get it done for you in 1 week, guaranteed. I can get it done for you in 1 week. Right now, the main bottleneck, or the main reason that I can't say that to people, is because my cabinet guy, John, I can only sell people his schedule. I can only sell people his schedule because he is the one building the cabinets, the one delivering the cabinets, the one installing the cabinets. He's doing all 3 of those things. If I decide, hey, I'm gonna do 2 of those jobs that are easy for me, and I'm not gonna do the one job that I don't wanna do, which honestly, if I had to pick 2 of those things, the 2 things that I would want to, honestly, the one thing that I want to do, because I can hire people to do the other 2 things. I don't want to build the cabinet because that takes a lot of brain work, and I don't want to do that. I can only sell the cabinet for so much if I decide to do that part of it. I can only sell it for so much. The installation of the cabinet, I don't want to do that either. I would love to find somebody that can do that part of it faster and cheaper, and that's all that they're doing. I would like to find somebody who can build the cabinets faster and cheaper, and that's all that they can do. And which one do I care more about? I actually care more about faster over cheaper, because the thing that I'm selling is not the cabinets. The thing that I'm selling is I can get you cabinets installed in your kitchen in 2 weeks or in a week and a half. If you tell me exactly the way that you want it, I can get it installed in a week and a half. And if you decide, oh shoot, I can't get it done, or one of the cabinets is wrong, I can sell you a separate service, which is, oh shoot, the plans that you approved didn't account for that. You approved those plans. I can get you a replacement cabinet for that will fit better in 2 days. One of the problems that I have with working with John is I've done 2 jobs for him I've done 2 jobs with him this year. I only have the experience of doing 2 jobs. So it serves to reason if I take on parts of John's system that I think I can do better than what John is providing me with, so that John can produce more, so that I have more people that I can hand a bill to, that would be my ideal solution. I want to sell more cabinets. I want to have more clientele. And that's the opposite of what my dad says is, hey, you know what? every time that you sell something to somebody, you have to be on call and ready to be on call. How about I just build into the contract that is not the way that it works? That, okay, I'm gonna give you exactly what you ordered, I'm gonna install it exactly the way that you ordered it, and now, if you decide you wanna change something, I can do a change order for you. I'm happy to do a change order for you, but it's not on the plans that you approved, so it's gonna cost you this much money, and I can get it done for you in 3 days. Because realistically, it turns out that the thing that people care more about is the speed in which you can build the cabinets for them. I'm sure that there are other places in town that are doing this exact thing, that, hey, I can get you custom cabinets in this amount of time. I don't actually know. I haven't done any market research to figure out, is there someone who's offering that service? I don't know. But what I do know about our shop in California City area, Lancaster area, is that they supposedly, what I've been told by my dad, is that they are cheaper than other cabinet shops. They are cheaper than other cabinet shops. Sonny just picked up Home Depot cabinets because they were cheaper than getting custom cabinets built. But he has the big old headache of having to figure out how to install the custom cabinets. And honestly, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of the installation process. I just want to make sure the service that I provide in this business idea that I'm coming up with is I'm going to make sure that the cabinets that are going to be built are, passing my dad, who I'm heading up to go and chat with as soon as I'm done with this whole thing. Sorry, back to it. The service that I'm going to sell is, I personally am going to make sure that the cabinets are the right thing to be built. Like, we're building the right thing. That's part of what my role is. I'm making sure that we're building the right thing. The second part of my role is I'm making sure that no matter what, we are doing it fast. Making sure we're building the right thing and we're doing it fast. And honestly, if I lose money to make sure that if I lose a little bit of money on the first couple jobs because, hey, it turned out it wasn't perfectly right on the first try and now you can't charge the premium, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? My goal, and I'm not even, maybe at first I don't even advertise myself as this, but I just work on becoming this so that then I can market myself as this. That's probably the way that I should do it. I should work on just becoming this so that I can market myself as this. The goal is I want to get better at the designing of the kitchen cabinets, and I want to get better at the process of getting the cabinets from John's shop to where they need to go. And if I need to be the one to go and drive out to Cal City every single time in order to go be the one to pick up the cabinets, and I need to find a guy in Santa Barbara that I can pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I need you to come install these cabinets. What day can you come and do it? I need you to be able to come on this day and I will pay you this price, because that's my whole thing. Is I want to make sure that I install things the day that I want them to be installed. I want to be okay with paying more money to get something done the exact day that I want it to be done, because that's what the customer wants. The customer wants to be able to say to me, hey, I need this installed on this day, and I want to be able to realistically, confidently say, yes, I can do it on that day, and this is the price. Right now, I don't have that ability. I don't have the ability to say to somebody, hey, all that I can say to somebody, all that I can promise to somebody, all that I could promise to Ty when I was doing his cabinet job is, I can get you cabinets and they will be 85% the way that you want them to look. That's what I can say to Ty. Ty got bids from other people for way more money, and he didn't want to pay that way more money, so he had to go with me. if I knew more, I could sell the same cabinets to Ty for the same price that I gave Ty, but also I would, I could sell the same cabinets to Ty for the same price I sold them to Ty, and it would be less of a headache for me to do it. That's just the case. What the goal is to make the cabinet process as little of a headache as possible. And honestly, my problems is, I wrote this down. My problem is I don't always know when the cabinets will be done by. My solution is I become the delivery driver. That's just a thing that I can do. And honestly, I can do it at first, and eventually that is the easiest part of the whole process, but that's the part that the client wants to, that's the part that I can sell the client on. That, hey, actually, I can get them built and delivered and installed in this amount of time. And the bottleneck right now is I don't always, and part of it maybe is just I need to be able to tell John, hey, you need to deliver them on this day. And I don't have the confidence at the moment to be able to tell John, you need to deliver them on this day. I just don't have it yet. My solution to not having to say that to John is just, I will be the one who does that part of it. I'll figure out how much it costs, and I will bill the client for that. And honestly, on the first time, I'm gonna charge them a $2,000 delivery fee. That's how I'm gonna solve the problem, because at the end of the day, if I just know, hey, I gotta build that into my price, and there's no way it's gonna cost $2,000 in order to deliver them. If I just build that into my price, I can do another job with the flexibility that that $2,000 will give me. And honestly, I think that's enough, but if it's not enough, I know for the next time. If I lose a little bit of money on this first go around, I know for the next time, hey, this is what I gotta charge. My goal is I want to do more jobs. I want to do more jobs. I'm not learning fast enough. And the reason I'm not learning fast enough is because I only did 2 cabinet jobs last year. I want to be able to do 20 cabinet jobs this year. And the way in which I can do that is if I only put the burden on my sub, who is John. The only burden that I'm gonna put onto John is going to be that, hey, I need you to build me the cabinets within this time frame. I need you to build me the cabinets within this time frame. I'll handle the rest. You don't have to be in charge of install. I'll hire a different person to do that. You don't have to be in charge of, what are the other parts of it? You don't have to be in charge of delivery. I'll handle that part of it. All I need from you is one thing. If I make it so that my subs have to do fewer things, they will get better at those fewer things, and I can find other people to handle the other parts of it. That's my thought. Let me look at this. I can sell speed, I can sell time. That's what I would be in the business of. I wouldn't necessarily be in the business of, hey, I can get you cabinets, because that's what I sold Ty. I sold Ty, I can get you cabinets. What I want to be able to sell is I can get you cabinets, and I can do it within this time frame. I know I can do it within this time frame. Customer problems. And also, if I light a fire under myself and I say, hey, I can get it to you for this price within this time frame, or else I will give you $2,000 back. If I just say that, I will light a fire under my own butt, and I will force myself to have to be able to produce and deliver within that time frame. That would be my goal. The customer problem that I'm trying to solve with all of this thought process is things take too long. If Sonny is my customer, he wants to be able to show up to Home Depot and buy a cabinet, and even if he has to do the extra work in order to make it happen, his problem is it takes too long to go through a custom cabinet shop, which is just fair. Like, that's just fair. But if I know the answer to that question that I had to call John to ask today, which is, hey, how big is the smallest? Honestly, I don't even need to know the answer to it. I just need to know the right person to call and say, hey, what's the answer to this question? Great, you got me the answer. Okay, it's 15 inches. You need What do you need, Sonny? You need a 15-inch cabinet right here to be able to pull out the drawers. Hey, in the future, I can get it to you, but hey, this is what the process is. I know what the process is in order to get the cabinet to look the exact same way. And I mostly know the process. But if I figured out how to just get John the information that he needs, which is, hey, what do the doors look like? I just need to know what the process is. I need to know what I'm selling the person. That's what the problem is. And a way to accomplish that, a way to turn me into a person who can confidently sell cabinets to anybody, is I need to do more jobs. I need to do more jobs, and I don't want to wait 20 years to do 40 cabinet jobs. I would like to only have to do 40 cabinet jobs in 2 years. If I can minimize the amount of time that it takes me to do the same amount of output, that would be the goal. I need to figure out how to do more cabinet jobs this year, not do more expensive cabinet jobs, or do like my only goal is I want to do more cabinet jobs. More cabinet jobs, because I will gain the experience. I will become an expert in cabinet salesmanship, in the ability to sell cabinets within a shorter amount of time. So that's my goal. I've sold cabinets twice, and I've not made $0 on both of those cabinet jobs. I've made enough money that I was happy at the end of it for, hey, this was an extra little thing that I can do this month. It was my, make extra money in your spare time. Well, if I knew how to make $10,000 in my spare time, why don't I make that my full-time thing? That was a joke that I think my mom was telling me about. Anyways, I did this in my spare time. I made better money I made enough money to justify, hey, if I made this the only thing that I do, I could make it, so why don't I just do that? And I just dedicate myself. It solves my problem. It solves the main problem that I want to solve, which is this. I want to do less things better. I want to do less things better, because then I will be able to say, I don't know how to do that. You want me to figure out how to wrap your thing around? I don't know how to do that, but I have a guy who can do it for this price. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to spend my time figuring out how to install the thing. I want to, if I had 40 cabinet jobs, that's 40 days worth of work to install cabinets. A carpenter, as Ty calls him, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call Ty, figure out, hey, who's your carpenter? They installed those cabinets. I'm gonna figure out how to use that guy, because he's already a known quantity and I don't have to think anymore about things. I just know, hey, he has done it before, he can do it again, and I'm gonna make sure that I get that guy. And honestly, I can show up to John and I can make sure that I have my checklist, and I make sure that I know exactly what it is that I wanna get, and I know what the checklist is that I need to make sure that the delivery driver fills out before he leaves the shop. Did you get this? Yes. 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 I will be the one to develop the lists that the people make sure that they do. I will be the middleman, and that will cause me to better understand the building process and to better understand the installation process, because I'm going to drive to the shop. Maybe I'll watch them one day. Maybe I'll make it a 2-day process. I will, at first, spend a whole bunch of time just understanding what's going on at the shop. It's very hot in here. I'll do that. That's my thought. I will be the middleman, and that will help me to better understand the first part of it and the second part of it. That's how that works. The other things that it will help me do, I get to control the date and the time. If I just become the delivery driver, that's a positive. Customer problems, things take too long, I'm gonna solve that customer problem. This was my list, and I made the video based on this list. Let's see. That's exactly what I've been doing. I've been titling Better Cabinet Salesman. It's going to be the title. Better Cabinet Salesman. That's the title of this video, and that's what I'm doing. Better Cabinet Salesman. Okay, well, that doesn't do anything for me. That's the end of this particular shoot from the hip video. Maybe this becomes my format because I was able to just talk to the camera and make a video as though I was verbally processing a thing with a person. The problem is it's difficult to find a person to listen to my thoughts. And if I just pretend that I have a person because I'm filming a video for someone to watch, and that someone is me, honestly, when I'm trying to verbally process a thing with someone, it's never for them. So why don't I verbally process through YouTube? I've always said I'm a verbal processor, and I know that that's true. Why do I need to waste someone else's time who doesn't want to listen to me talk with verbally processing? Why do I need to waste my wife's time with verbally processing with and this is probably a bad idea because I still need to talk to my wife and I still need to involve her in my decision making and all that. But there are times when I know that my wife doesn't want to be listening to me, but I need to verbally process with somebody or with something, and I'm going to verbally process with YouTube. So that's what this is about. If anyone was ever interested in what my thoughts are becoming a better cabinet salesman is, they can go and watch this video. Is this important information? Maybe, maybe not. Is it going to help me figure it out? Maybe, maybe not. At the very least, I know better, and I don't have to jumble out all of this stuff when I talk to my dad about this idea, and I get, my idea is already halfway formulated. I already kind of have an idea of why I want to do things the way I want to do them. And honestly, he's going to give me some input, and I'm going to take some of his input and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to let the rest just, hey, you know what? I'm the one who's trying to figure out how this can work for myself. I'm not trying to figure out how this could work for somebody else. I know what I'm willing to do, and I know what I practically can do. I know what I would enjoy doing. And honestly, driving down, having part of my job be, hey, I'm a delivery driver. Like, that's literally part of my job. I want to be a delivery driver, but I don't want to go sign up for a delivery. Like, I don't want to be an Amazon driver because there's a limit to how much money I can make. But if I do it this way, I will become the delivery driver because I am taking it from one place, and I am the one who's in charge of getting the cabinets built and getting the cabinets installed. And someone has to be the delivery driver. I don't mind being the delivery driver. Sounds kind of fun, at least at first. I'm sure it's going to get old, but then, quite literally, that's the easiest part of the whole automated system. That's the easiest part to automate. That's the easiest part to replace. I'm going to fulfill the role that is actually the easiest part of the whole scenario to replace. Then I'm going to build this system. The system's going to be finished, and I'm going to be able to do this whole thing with just making 5 phone calls, and I can get cabinets installed, because I mean, the other part of it is I want to learn how to do the designing process, but I can teach someone how to do that. I can teach someone how to do that at the end of this. I am building a system for which all that needs to happen is finding customers. That's my goal, is to build a system in which, hey, I can get kitchen cabinets built and installed in this amount of time, because I think that is a problem that customers have, is they want things to be installed in a certain amount of time. So that's the problem I'm going to try to solve. That's the end of this video. My dad is back here. I'm going to go and hang out with him a little bit and chat with him, and I'm going to make sure I grab the 2 things that I want, which is a pin nailer and a track saw. That's what I'm grabbing right now. All right, video's over. 29 minutes in.